Hi, this is Winslow.
This is Crimson.
And if you like what we're doing,
hit that like button.
And if you want to hear more,
subscribe.
Within your dreams, there are many keys. One of them could open the doorway to nightmare. Come in. Welcome. I'm your host through the doorway to nightmare. It seems that in every generation, there is a homeless problem. Oh, there have been temporary solutions, but the plight of the disenfranchised seems to go on and on.
Dot, this is costing us a fortune.
I know, Stan. I know.
Dorothy, there's a small problem in the backyard.
Nothing about this is small. What is it?
Well, it seems the werewolves were not too keen on the ground round.
They had better be thankful they got that. I mean, who do they think they are?
Something has got to be done about this. And I mean now.
Oh, Control swore that the head office was working on the problem.
They need to work faster. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Our mystery drama, Hauntings, Haunted Takeover, was written especially for Doorway to Nightmare by Crimson McKenzie and Winslow Swan. Our stars include Crimson McKenzie, William Stafford, Mark Wheeler, Dave Arkipov, Annie Mick, and Winslow Swan. It is sponsored in part by Swanage Press. I'll be back shortly with Act 1. Have you ever had one of those days?
You're fired.
Where everything goes completely wrong.
Don't you lay a finger on me! I can't stand it!
And the day keeps getting worse and worse.
Hey! Hey!
And if just one more thing goes wrong, it could possibly send you toppling over the edge. Toppling over the edge. A suspense thriller from Winslow Swan, now available in paperback from Amazon.com. Sometimes you should take a step back, and then there are those times when even you could go toppling over the edge. Hang on to your sanity. Our story begins on a quiet evening at the home of Stan and Dorothy Peters and their resident ghost, Fred. It's a tranquil moment in the house, and it has been quite some time since anything of a ghostly nature has happened.
That was a wonderful movie, Stan.
You are most welcome, my beautiful angel.
Oh, wait, what happened to Fred?
I think he dropped off about 20 minutes into the movie.
I guess he doesn't like romantic comedies.
Well, he can't expect us to watch horror movies all the time, can he?
No, I guess not. I can't believe nothing has happened for some time now.
Don't even say that.
What?
You might speak something into existence. Besides, I rather enjoyed the quiet.
Well, even Fred hasn't been practicing his tricks lately.
Suits me just fine.
But it's so close to Halloween. I want him to be ready. I have so many plans this year.
I'm sure he'll be ready. He hasn't let you down yet, has he?
No, I guess not. And this year is going to be the best ever.
I thought last year was.
There is always room for improvement. Now, who could that be this time of night?
I knew it. I knew the quiet wouldn't last.
Oh, Stan, don't be like that. Maybe it's the neighbor needing something.
Nosy Nellie?
That is not very nice.
Neither is she. Maybe if we were very quiet, they'll go away.
Let me just answer the door. I'm sure it's nothing.
Mrs. Peters. All right, single file. Right through there into the kitchen. Don't crowd.
Control? What's going on?
Oh, I do apologize, but we are having a bit of a crisis. Yes, right on through. Now, don't push. There is plenty of room.
Plenty of room for what?
Well, we are having to relocate.
Relocate? What do you mean exactly?
What is going on?
I'm trying to find out now.
I promise that it won't be for very long.
Fred? Wake up!
Yeah, I'm here, Josie. Control?
Fred, what do you know about this?
I don't know anything.
Please, if you will all calm down, I will explain everything.
You have got to be kidding.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Peters. Really, I am. Unfortunately, the rules state...
Don't you dare. I have had it with these so-called rules. Do you just make them up as you go along?
So what you're saying is that we now have to host how many?
Ghosts or something else?
What do you mean, something else?
Well, I took a quick head count. There are 17 ghosts, 3 banshees, 2 vampires.
Did you just say vampires?
6 werewolves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
This is not funny, Stanley Peters. I didn't have any special drinks tonight. This is serious.
Control, what happened?
It seems that there is a housing shortage, and we are faced with a homeless problem, especially among werewolves.
Can't they just live in the woods? I mean, they are part animal after all.
Dorothy, they don't like the word animal.
Oh, really? What would they rather be called?
Transformed Americans.
You have got to be kidding.
Think you're taking political correctness a little too far.
So what are we supposed to do?
We are working on the problem now. It shouldn't take too long.
Oh, no. No. It took Fred almost 150 years to get transferred here. You guys are worse than the government.
I understand your misgivings. I can assure you that I will work very hard on finding a place for every creature here. In the meantime...
Yes?
Do the best you can.
I don't care if you can't stomach it. Be happy I'm feeding you at all.
You okay?
No, Stan, I'm not okay. Between feeding the animals out back, and trying to keep the vampires off my neck, I'm definitely not okay.
Well, I've talked with the vampires, and they promise to behave while they are here.
They had better. I've already carved out wooden stakes, and I'm not afraid to use
They
them.
did want me to thank you for not hanging up any crucifixes.
I'm not getting any sleep. Between the banshee screaming all night, and the ghost playing with the lights, and the werewolves howling every time I mention the word animal, I'm going out of my mind.
Not to mention what it's doing to our bank account. Do you have any idea how much 60 pounds of ground round cost? And that's just a week.
Stan, I'm sure that the head office will reimburse you.
They had better.
Hello?
Dorothy, can you talk?
Yes, Millie, I'm okay. Is there anything wrong?
Well, I guess you could say that.
What's going on?
It's a little hard to explain. About an hour ago, a rather short little troll came to the door and ushered in, well, I'm not sure how to explain it.
Fred, show yourself right now!
The ghoul swore that he would never spy on you in the shower again.
I beg your pardon?
Not now! Not now! I can't do it! Just explain to me why Control was over at the Carsons!
Oh, no.
I didn't know who else to call, Dorothy. I'm really scared.
How many do you have?
At last count, there were 8 ghosts, 13 banshees, 3 vampires, and some sort of blob that I have no idea what it is.
At least you don't have any werewolves.
Werewolves?
Just hang tight. Stan and I will be over as quick as we can.
Ghosts? I could deal with a few ghosts flittering about, but vampires and werewolves? Whatever is happening in the underworld is beginning to take its toll on Stan and Dorothy. I'll return in a moment with Act 2. The only witness to her murder cannot speak. Until now. Click A Tale of Revenge by Winslow Swan. Now available on Amazon. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
If you'd like to support us, visit our merchandise store. T-shirts, caps, mugs, and so much more. Visit doorwaytonightmare.com today.
At one time, the Peters found out that Fred, when asked, had to host any ethereal creature that came along. Dorothy never expected to have an entire house full of manifestations, let alone have them invade the home of Jack and Millie Carson.
So happy that you were able to come so quickly, Dorothy.
Never mind the amenities, Millie. Please, Stan, Dorothy, tell us what the hell is going on?
Maybe I should let Fred explain it.
Hiya, Jack, Millie. How are things going with you two?
How do you think? I've got ghosts coming out of my ears.
Well, there really isn't anything that I can do about it.
But you ran off that other ghost.
Oh, but that was different. And since you had one ghost, well, your house now falls under the rules and regulations of the head office.
What head office?
Calm down, Jack.
Let me mix you a drink. I think you're going to need it.
Just tell us what happened.
According to Control.
Was that who that little troll was?
Yes. Unfortunately, he's in charge of spirit placement.
Lovely.
It seems that there has been some sort of housing shortage, and our homes have been designated as temporary living quarters, or rather, unliving quarters.
Will you knock it off? I swear if that thing does that one more time.
It does take a little getting used to.
How long do we have to put up with this?
Control did say that they were working on it.
Which means it could take forever. Oh! This is... What the hell is that?
That is that blob I was telling you about.
What is it doing?
It just slides along the walls. It's making a mess of the wallpaper.
That does it. We're going to a hotel. Stan, if you and Dorothy want a room, I'll be happy to get you one.
A lovely thought, but I do have werewolves to attend to.
You must be joking.
Better they have ground round than start munching on us.
There has got to be something that we can do.
Well, unless you have an empty house stashed away somewhere, there really isn't anything that we can do.
Wait a minute. Fred, would any house do?
Jack, you're not thinking...
You bet I am.
You mean you actually have an empty house somewhere?
You call this a house?
No, Stan. I call it a castle.
Jack always called me his queen and said that I deserved a castle.
So, as a wedding gift, I had a castle built out here.
It's beautiful. How many rooms?
I think somewhere around 50, but I've never really been sure.
It's perfect.
Yes, but do you think the head office will approve?
Only one way to find out. Jack, are you sure that you don't mind all of these, things living here?
We only used it one summer, a long time ago.
And that was over 10 years ago. I mean, it was nice at the time, but the cleaning...
Oh, I can imagine.
If the head office is willing to buy it, I'm willing to sell.
Wait, don't sell it.
Dot, I don't like that look in your eye.
What look, Stan?
That look tells me you have an idea brewing.
Well, of course I have an idea, Stan. And I promise you won't regret it.
Famous last words.
Want to let me in on it?
Yes, Dorothy, what are you thinking?
Jack, how would you like to own a real haunted mansion?
That is the craziest idea that I have ever heard of.
But you have to admit, it would solve the housing problem.
I'm just not sure that I could get it past the committee.
You listen to me, Control. I've come up with a perfectly great place for everything you brought to us and the Carsons. There's enough room for a whole lot more. If you don't like that, then...
It isn't that, Mrs. Peters. I was talking about the price. What does Mr. Carson want for this property?
Oh, that. Well, we discussed it, and he said that he would lease it to you for a mere $500 a week.
$500 a week? That's absurd.
It is good for 100 years. That's the only lease he is willing to sign.
Why do I feel that there is a catch in this?
Of course there is.
I wonder what plan Dorothy has cooked up now. You can rest assured that what lies ahead will be mutually beneficial to everyone. It would be mutually beneficial if you will return with me for Act 3.
Have you heard any good books lately? Audiobooks from Winslow Swan, now available on Spotify.
There is a rather famous song that goes something like this. When the moon climbs high o'er the dead oak trees, spooks are awake for the midnight spree.
Dorothy, are you sure this is going to work?
Trust me, Jack. Now, Fred, has Control gathered everyone at the castle?
Oh yeah, everyone is there. And a whole bunch of new ones.
As long as everything is out of our house.
I checked our house and nothing is there now.
Great. Now, Jack, did you manage to get all of the advertising in place?
Full-page ads in the newspaper, radio, TV, and I even managed to get 3 billboards up on the highway.
Fantastic!
How are you going to manage all of those creatures?
Watch and learn. All right. Quiet down. Have a little quiet in here. Assemble. Werewolves, vampires, ghosties, banshees. Now hush. This is a very large house.
Castle.
Yes, Fred, it is a castle, and there are plenty of rooms for all of you. You are all the official residents of the haunted castle. It's exciting, isn't it? We have a path marked off for the guests, so your private areas will not be disturbed. However, we do have a few ground rules. First, werewolves. Now quieten down. Nico, no biting. You heard me. You can growl and transform and bark all you want to, but no attacking the guests. You want your treats, don't you? You understand me? Yeah, no snarls. We have plenty of silver bullets. Okay, good job. Good job, guys. Okay, vampires. No biting either. Understand? We can't have guests coming in here human and walking out as well, you know. And don't think for 1 minute we don't have wooden stakes handy. Oh, yes. Winston, get out of line, and we will use them. Ghosts, banshees, and others. As you can see, the house...
Castle.
Right, Fred. Castle. It is in a little disarray to suit you guys, but please refrain from throwing things around. Move them, make them float, but don't throw anything at our guests. They're paying for you to live here. If they don't live, they don't pay. Now, this is opening night. Let's make it a good one.
Dot, cars are starting to come up the drive.
Fantastic! Okay, everyone, places. Don't forget what I said. Winston? Okay. Fred is in charge.
Me?
Yes, you, Fred.
But what am I supposed to do?
Just make sure that everyone does what they're supposed to do. The spookiest, the better.
But...
You can do it, Fred. I have faith in you.
This is insane, Dorothy. Awesome job.
I have to admit, it really was a great idea.
Did you let the parking attendants and ticket takers know what's going on?
Of course. Everything is running smoothly.
What about the disclaimer? Did you make sure that before anyone comes inside, they have signed it?
Oh, yes. Everyone thought it was a great gimmick.
What disclaimer?
Oh, just a little insurance policy I had printed up.
Well, come on. What did it say?
That we are not responsible for any accidents, including vampire bites, werewolf attacks, possessions, or dying of fright while on the premises of Grimwald Castle.
And that is legal?
According to control, it is.
At least everything is out of our homes. And I want to present you with this, Dorothy.
What is this?
Half the rent, and half of tonight's proceeds, of course.
Oh my... Jack! That's not really necessary.
Not having to listen to banshees screaming in the dead of night? Believe me, it's worth it.
And the phone calls. There are so many people who want to visit the castle. We could keep it open all year round.
Well, you'll have to find another managing ghost.
I'm sure that won't be a problem.
Would you believe that a studio in Hollywood called me?
Now, what could they have wanted?
They wanted to know how we did the special effects in the castle.
Wait until you see what I've cooked up for our house Halloween night.
Perhaps you yourself have visited Grimwald Castle? From what I have heard, it is the most fun that you will ever have being scared. As far as I know, no one has ever been attacked, or bitten, or died of fright. At least, I hope not. I'll return shortly.
The only witness to her murder cannot speak.
until now. Click A Tale of Revenge by Winslow Swan, now available on Amazon. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Like Dorothy Peters, my favorite time of year is Halloween. I invite all types of manifestations for a horror movie marathon. Of course, the neighbors don't complain about the howling, screams, and moans. I do live next to a graveyard, so my neighbors are relatively quiet. Our cast included William Stafford, Crimson McKenzie, Mark Wheeler, Dave Arkipov, Annie Mick, and Winslow Swan. The story was written by Crimson McKenzie and Winslow Swan, and the production was under the direction of Winslow Swan. Doorway to Nightmare is brought to you in part by Swanage Press. This is your host, inviting you to return with us through the Doorway to Nightmare for another adventure into the world of your terrifying imagination. Until next time, slumber peacefully. Epilogue. The butler did it. Meet Jerry Connors, family man, businessman, psychopathic killer. The Convincer by Winslow Swan, now available on Amazon. Jerry Connors, he can convince you to do anything, even die.
Hi, this is Winslow.
This is Crimson.
And if you like what we're doing,
Hit that like button.
and if you want to hear more,
Subscribe.
With this key, you unlock the world to your dreams. What lies beyond could be the doorway to nightmare. Come in. Welcome. I'm your host through the doorway to nightmare. The author Christopher Kennedy once said that when someone takes a picture of a ghost, it makes them smile. It is the fact that they don't know they are dead that appealed to him.
Isn't he the most beautiful man that you have ever seen?
Are you joking? Have you really taken a good look at that?
Oh, long black hair, chiseled face, and ooh, those masculine shoulders and arms. He really could take anyone's breath away.
Stan, I have a very bad feeling about this.
You and me both. Dot! Snap out of it.
And he asked me to come away with him. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Our mystery drama, Hauntings Uninvited, was written especially for Doorway to Nightmare by Winslow Swan and Crimson McKenzie. Our stars include William Stafford, Crimson McKenzie, Mark Wheeler, and Carter Sheriff. It is sponsored in part by Swanage Press. I'll be back shortly with Act 1.
It is in all of us. Waiting, watching, growing. Evil Within by Winslow Swan, now available on Amazon.
The actor Sidney Poitier once said, "I always wanted to be someone better the next day than I was the day before." Frederick Washington Davis, the resident ghost of Stan and Dorothy Peters, tries to be a better spirit with each passing day.
Hi, honey. How was your day?
Brutal. Very brutal. I'm just thankful that it's Friday and I can sleep in tomorrow. How about yours?
Aw, apparently not as bad as yours. The meeting with the buyers went well, so now we just have to keep our fingers crossed.
That's fantastic. What in the world is that?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Oh, no.
Now, Stan, it's fine.
Don't worry, Mrs. Peters. I'll clean it up.
Sounds perfectly fine to me.
Fred just wanted to do a little something for us, and I think he's feeling a little unwanted.
If you recall, I didn't want him in the first place.
Oh, but Stan, it really has made life a little interesting around here.
So what is he doing?
Would you be quiet? He decided to make dinner for us.
What does he have in mind? Ghoul, osh, steak through the heart fillet, green eggs and brains?
Yes, with a side of fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Dot?
I'm just kidding. Look, he even set the table. Isn't it nice?
Wow. The good china, candles. Wait, it isn't our anniversary and I forgot, is it?
How could you? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Your birthday?
Will you stop? Fred just wanted to do something for us for a change instead of always causing problems.
Good evening, Madame and Monsieur. Welcome to the Café Le Fred. Your table awaits you.
Wow, you set a very nice table, Fred.
Thank you, Mrs. Peters. Tonight we have a very special menu. First, the appetizer.
Fred, what exactly is this?
Monsieur, it is the specialty of the house.
Yes, but what is it?
Risez-vous. It is a delicacy breaded and fried in butter.
Yes, but what is it?
In this country, it is known as sweet bread.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Dot, I've heard of them, but what exactly are they?
Mostly the pancreas. The pancreas. Are you nuts, Fred?
It is not to Mademoiselle's liking.
I'm not putting that thing in my mouth.
Oui. I shall bring on the next course.
Just remember, Dot, this was your idea.
I know.
There, perhaps you will like the foie gras. It has been prepared in a lemon sauce with just a hint of garlic.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
Goose liver. I thought it was illegal to...
Ah, but at Café de Fred, nothing can stop us.
How about we just move on to the main course?
Very well, monsieur. That would be the steak tartare.
Steak? Now you're talking my language.
Stan.
Just make mine medium well.
Stan, I don't think it's even...
And bring plenty of steak sauce.
It's raw, honey.
No, can't stand it rare.
No, not rare. Raw, as in raw meat. Fred, what is wrong with you?
No, I'm sorry. I thought that you would enjoy something different.
Different, yes. Perhaps shrimp or lobster or even something different with chicken, but this...
Don't you have a pancake or something in there?
Oh, I guess I goofed again.
Seems to be a habit with you.
I just wanted to do something special, and And I guess the only thing I know how to do is mess up.
Oh, Fred. Hey, come on. It's okay. It just took us by surprise is all. I know you're new to the internet, Fred, but just because it looks expensive and may be expensive doesn't mean that everyone would want it.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay, Fred. I'll tell you what. I'll order us a pizza and we can sit and watch a movie.
I really am sorry.
Oh, it's okay. And yes, Stan, after seeing Fred work so hard, we all need a break. Pizza sounds great.
Confidentially, I wasn't wild about it either. And don't worry, Dorothy. The smell will go away in a little while.
Wait, what? My kitchen?
Dorothy, would you like me to get that?
Would you please? I always miss this part.
Peter's residence.
Hello, Fred.
Digger, why are you calling?
We have a bit of a situation at the head office.
Oh, I swear, I didn't have anything to do with...
It isn't you this time. Miraculously, it has to do with control.
Control? What's going on?
It seems that he was suspended and is now missing.
The English poet Elizabeth Jennings once wrote, "Ghosts do not haunt with any face that we have known. They only come with arrogance to thrust at us our own omissions in a room." I'll be back shortly with Act 2.
If you'd like to support us, visit our merchandise store. T-shirts, caps, mugs, and so much more. Visit doorwaytonightmare.com today. If you enjoy these plays, please hit that like button. That way we know. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with all your friends.
While some ghosts can be frightening, Fred is only trying to be a helpful spirit. But as Lewis Carroll once wrote, ghosts have just as good a right in every way to fear the light as men to fear the dark.
Who was on the phone?
Oh, well, you remember Digger Odell.
Of course.
And you know Control.
I have spoke to him a couple times. Why?
He's missing.
Who's missing?
Well, Control.
So why would Digger call here looking for him?
Oh, he's calling every spirit. You see, Control can be a little dangerous.
In what way?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. He has something about him that women just fall for.
I don't think we have to worry about that. I'll get it. Oh, my.
You must be the lovely Dorothy.
Well, yes, I am.
How very nice it is to meet you in person, so to speak.
And you are?
My dear, don't you recognize my voice?
You are Control.
One in the same. May I perhaps come in?
Oh, yes. Do come in. Come on in.
Oh, you are even more lovelier than I could have imagined.
Why, thank you. I must say, you don't look like what I imagined.
Hi, I'm...
Yes, Stanley Peters, the owner of this humble home.
Control? Is that you?
Frederick Washington Davis. How nice it is to meet you face to face.
You don't look anything like what I thought.
I must say, I thought you might be taller.
Stan, don't be so rude. This nice gentleman came to our house for something.
Dorothy, are you okay?
I'm fine. Perfectly fine.
Dot, what's got into you?
And I see that I have interrupted your dinner. Do you perhaps think that I may partake of your delicacies?
If you mean the pancreas and the raw meat, have at it.
Please, let me get you a plate.
Stan, why don't you go with her? You know, to help?
I'm sure that she can...
I'll explain later. Just go. Do you want to explain to me what you were doing here?
I remember talking to Dorothy on the phone. I have to admit, I fell in love with that angelic voice the moment I heard it.
What about the rumors that I heard about you and that secretary?
Yes, well, that was why I was suspended from my duties.
She left you, huh?
Not really left.
And you just couldn't move on.
She was a little miffed when...
She found out what you really look like, didn't she?
All right! I admit it. I was just a little upset at the breakup.
And?
Let's just say that the office is in disarray at the present time.
In other words, you threw a fit.
In a manner of speaking.
That still doesn't explain why you were here.
Isn't it obvious? I'm in love with Dorothy Peters.
Dorothy, will you stop with the dishes and tell me what you were doing?
Isn't he the most handsome man? Oh, well, ghost that you have ever seen?
You're kidding, right? Tell me you're joking.
Long, flowing black hair, chiseled face, and those shoulders.
Are we talking about the same ghost?
Of course we are, silly.
Dot, I want you to peek out and tell me what you see.
Well, I see Fred talking to one of the most beautiful men I've ever seen in my life. Now, I must go and make our guests feel welcomed.
Fred, would you mind telling me what's going on?
I told you that Control had a sort of power over women.
Fred! He's 3 feet tall, if that. He looks like a garden gnome. The only thing missing is the pointy hat.
Yes, but that's not what Dorothy's seeing. Control has somehow fallen in love with her and wants to take her back with him.
Over my dead body.
Hopefully, it won't come to that.
I remember someone once saying that no one was perfect until you fall in love with them. Control is far from perfect, at least to everyone else. For Dorothy, she is under his spell. But for what purpose? Perhaps we shall find out the answer when I return shortly with Act 3. Have you ever had one of those days?
You're fired.
Where everything goes completely wrong.
Don't you lay a finger on me! I can't stand it! You.
And the day keeps getting worse and worse.
Hey! Hey!
And if just one more thing goes wrong, it could possibly send you toppling over the edge. Toppling over the edge. A suspense thriller from Winslow Swan, now available in paperback from Amazon.com. Sometimes you should take a step back, and then there are those times when even you could go toppling over the edge. Hang on to your sanity. The household of Stan and Dorothy Peters has seen quite a bit of disarray since Frederick Washington Davis came to stay. But having a ghost fall in love with Dorothy and then manipulate her is something that even Fred has never seen.
Oh, boy, I sure am glad you're here, Digger.
So am I. How far has it gone?
Oh, control such things you say.
Does that answer your question?
Worse than I thought.
So what are we going to do?
Stan, you may have to punch her.
Are you serious?
Oh, come on, Digger. There has to be another way.
Just kidding. Here, make her take a whiff of this.
Oh, that's worse than the dinner Fred cooked.
It should snap her out of it. Control has used his power over her.
And what if that doesn't work?
Then tell her goodbye.
May I get you some more?
Oh no, thank you. I believe that I've had my fill. Tell me, do you cook like that all the time?
Oh no, Fred made this dinner. Do you like it?
I didn't realize that he was such a marvelous cook.
But I do know how to cook.
I'm sure that you do. You are most beautiful, Dorothy. If you don't mind that I call you Dorothy.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Dot, can I see you in the kitchen?
All right, Stan. I'll be back in just a moment, love.
Love?
I shall be counting the seconds.
What is going on?
Isn't he the most wonderful?
Now, Stan!
Ew! What is that horrible smell? Fred, I thought that you threw dinner out.
Would you mind peeking out to the living room and tell me what you see?
Fred, I thought you promised no more visitors.
What did you see?
I don't know, it looks like a troll. Low to the ground with a beer belly? Who is it? Are they in the rules too, Fred?
That's all I want to know.
I feel strange, Stan. What's been going on?
You won't believe it.
And he fell in love with me.
That's right, Dorothy.
Oh, you just wait until I...
Now, Dot, watch yourself.
No! He had better watch out for me. You and Fred just wait in here, but be ready with that horrible smell if I start to, well, you know, just the nasty, grossest...
Stan, what is she about to do?
Now, Control, where were we?
I was hoping that you would want to come away with...
Come away with you? Tonight? Oh, that would be amazing. We could set up housekeeping right after the honeymoon.
Honeymoon?
Of course. I couldn't live with you without being married. That would be improper.
Marriage?
And we must find you another job up there. Your talents were obviously being overlooked, and of course, I'm sure Mother will want to come for a visit. Nothing long, mind you. Only a few months, we could get a guest house.
You see me now, don't you?
You're darn right I do. How could you do such a thing?
Forgive me. I couldn't help myself.
Control, I think that you had best come back with me.
I suppose so.
All charges were dropped against you. You have been reinstated.
That's wonderful. Oh, do please forgive me, Dorothy.
That's Mrs. Peters to you.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, so long.
Stan? Fred? Come out.
Is he gone?
Of course.
Yeah, we saw. You are a force not to be reckoned with.
Why, thank you, Fred.
And tomorrow night, I shall cook you both an awesome meal.
Oh, no.
Please, Fred, let me do the cooking from now on.
Oh, no, I was thinking of something simple. You know, like hamburgers.
Now that I can deal with.
Oh, Fred, you truly are wonderful. And don't ever think that we don't want you here. Right, Stan? Stan!
I suppose so.
Stan and Dorothy Peters settle in for the night. Fred takes his place somewhere in the darkness. You settle in and return with me shortly.
Have you heard any good books lately? Audiobooks from Winslow Swan, now available on Spotify.
There have been times when even I have fallen in love with someone who was unattainable. The wonderful thing about love is that it is never too far away. You just have to look in the right place. Our cast included William Stafford, Crimson McKenzie, Winslow Swan, Mark Wheeler, and Carter Sheriff. The story was written by Crimson McKenzie and Winslow Swan, and the entire production was under the direction of Winslow Swan. Doorway to Nightmare is brought to you in part by Swanage Press. This is your host, inviting you to return with us through the Doorway to Nightmare for another adventure into the world of your terrifying imagination. Until next time, slumber peacefully. Epilogue. The butler did it.
Mystery, horror, thriller, suspense. Novels and short story collections from Winslow Swan, now available from Amazon.
You can help support the channel and visit our merchandise store. T-shirts, caps, mugs, and so much more. Now available at doorwaytonightmare.com. It lies in wait amidst your dreams, where nothing is ever how it seems. It is a portal to a terrifying world beyond the doorway to nightmare. Come in. Welcome. I'm your host, Artemis Black. Orson Welles once said, "We are born alone, we live alone, we die alone. Only through our love and friendship can we create the illusion, for the moment, that we are not alone."
Stan, what is going on with Fred?
That's what I've been trying to find out for the last week.
Fred, where are you?
See? He doesn't even materialize anymore. And wait until you hear this. Fred, how about a creaking door?
What is that?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Our mystery drama, Hauntings Love Story, was written especially for Doorway to Nightmare by Crimson McKenzie and Winslow Swan. Our stars include William Stafford, Crimson McKenzie, Annie Mick, Dave Arkipov, Winslow Swan, and Mark Wheeler. I'll be back shortly with Act 1. Meet Jerry Connors, family man, businessman, psychopathic killer. The Convincer by Winslow Swan, now available on Amazon. Jerry Connors, he can convince you to do anything, even die. "'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all," said Alfred Lord Tennyson. But can love transcend this earthly plane of existence?
Dan, I'm home.
Thank God for that.
What's going on?
I'm not really sure.
Okay, what has Fred done this time? Do we need to call control?
That's just it. Fred hasn't done anything for the last week.
What? Something has got to be wrong.
Maybe he's just resting. Remember the burglars that got in here the other night?
How could I forget? They broke in, Fred did something, and the police found them outside laughing their heads off.
One of the detectives said that 2 men said they heard birds singing and romantic music playing. They thought it was such a funny burglar alarm they couldn't help laughing.
Well, something has definitely been up with Fred. Ever since we took that trip to Stanfield.
I thought Fred would like a haunted house tour.
So did I. But remember how quiet he was on the way back?
Never heard a peep out of him.
Have you tried talking to him, you know, like man to man, or rather man to ghost?
I haven't seen him for a week. Don't get me wrong, I like the quiet, but even I am a little worried.
Hey, Fred! Come on out and be sociable. Fred?
See what I mean?
That does not sound like our Fred.
That's the only sound he does make now. Listen to this. Hey, Fred, give Dot a good old-fashioned banshee scream.
Now I know that something is definitely wrong. Fred, get out here.
Yes.
Hey, come on. What's wrong?
No, I don't think that you would understand.
Why don't you try us?
I don't want to bother you two with my problems. Besides, you're so happy together, and I'm always a nuisance.
Now stop that right now. You are as much a part of this family as anyone.
Sure, you can tell us anything.
It's just a little embarrassing, that's all.
Did Nosy Nellie see you doing something?
Oh, no, Stan. I've been very careful.
None of the neighbors have called complaining about any noises lately, so what's the matter?
I have fallen in love.
Well, he can't have her. I've already had to put up with one ghost wanting Millie.
Now, Jack, let's hear them out.
Oh no, Mr. Carson, it's not Millie.
Well, then, that's all right. I remember last Christmas when...
You promised not to bring that up again.
Sorry, hon. So who is Fred in love with?
Who else? It's another ghost.
We took a road trip last week to a haunted house tour. We thought that Fred would like to get away for a bit.
Naturally, there was a graveyard across from the house, and apparently Fred saw something, or rather someone.
In the middle of the day?
That's what I said. Fred told me that he could see all kinds of spirits any time of the day or night.
So, who did he see?
If you don't mind, I'm gonna let Fred explain.
You mean he's here? Well, why didn't you say so?
He didn't want to be a bother.
Fred? Are you here?
Hi, Millie. Hi, Jack.
Now, Fred, what's all this about?
Don't you remember falling in love, Jack?
Like it was yesterday.
Well, I've fallen in love with the most beautiful, angelic creature on the ethereal plane.
Do you have any idea who she is? Or was?
We didn't go near the cemetery, remember? And I was afraid to ask if we could.
So, you don't even have a name?
No, not even a name. And she probably doesn't even know I exist.
Then the problem is solved. Just go back out there.
falling in love at first sight is a rather rare feeling, but I like to believe that it actually does happen. But for a ghost? I'll be back shortly with Act 2.
It is in all of us. Waiting, watching, growing. Evil Within by Winslow Swan, now available on Amazon. If you'd like to support us, visit our merchandise store. T-shirts, caps, mugs, and so much more. Visit doorwaytonightmare.com today.
John Lennon wrote, "All you need is love." Jane Austen wrote, "To love is to burn, to be on fire." And Betty Davis wrote, "Pleasure of love lasts a moment. Pain of love lasts a lifetime."
Are we there yet?
You've been asking that every 5 minutes. No, Fred, not yet.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just a little anxious. Are we there yet?
Will you stop it? We'll be there in just a few minutes.
Then maybe we can put this to rest. Do you remember where you saw her?
Well, I'm not really sure. I think it was over there.
By that angel statue?
We were across the street at the house, so I'm not really sure where.
Dot, do you hear that?
Yes, Stan. I hear that. Fred, is that her?
I think so. Wait! There she is!
Fred, it's daytime. We can't see her.
Wait, don't go!
Fred, what's going on?
She's going into that crypt over there.
Let's go take a look.
Peggy Ann Snow, born October 13th, 1924. Died December 13, 1944. Oh, how sad. She was only 20 years of age.
Well, Fred, why don't you introduce yourself?
Do you think I should?
Of course you should.
I wouldn't know what to say.
Hello, for a start. Just tell her who you are and that you saw her last week.
But don't be creepy about it.
Well, okay. Hello? Are you there? I'm looking for, Peggy. Peggy Ann Snow?
Go on, Fred. Tell her something about yourself.
Oh, okay, Dorothy. Well, I'm Frederick Washington Davis. Fred to my friends. I live, well, not live, since I died a long time ago, so now I stay with my friends. This is Stan and Dorothy Peters.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hi there.
I told you I wasn't very good at this.
I think that you're wonderfully cute.
Cute? You think I'm cute? Really?
I saw you last week. I was hoping that you would come back.
Stan, why don't we leave them alone for a little bit?
We'll be out in the car, Fred, whenever you're ready.
Isn't it romantic?
It's definitely different.
Our little ghost has a girlfriend.
Dorothy, did you think I was cute when we first met?
Of course not, Stan.
Gee, thanks a lot.
I thought that you were quite handsome. Well, how did it go, Fred?
Oh, not very well.
Don't feel bad. I'm sure there are plenty of ghosts in the sea.
Oh, no, it isn't that. Oh, she's wonderful. We actually have a lot in common.
But you died over 100 years before she was born. What could you possibly have in common?
She fell down a well, too.
Guess you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, there's only one problem.
I'm sure that anything can be solved.
No way!
Oh, but Stan, it's not a big problem.
Fred, I'm just gonna have to side with Stan on this one. There's just no way we can drive up to the cemetery every day so that you can see Peggy.
It's over 2 hours away.
I understand.
Great. Now we have a lovesick ghost to deal with.
Maybe there is something that we can do.
Do you have a suggestion? Wait, don't answer that.
Why not?
Because whatever it is, I'm not going to like it.
You just let me make one phone call to Control.
Dorothy, how good it is to hear from you again.
That's Mrs. Peters. Settle down, Control. Now, how are things there?
Oh, everything is all right here. I'm seeing someone from the accounting department. How is everything there?
Well, we do have a small problem, which I'm sure that you will be able to help us with.
All you have to do is ask.
Fred has fallen in love with another ghost.
And you want to move her into your home. I can expedite the...
Oh, no. They just met. You see, she's in a graveyard about 2 hours away, and
Well, that does present a problem.
What do you mean?
If she is in sanctified ground, then she cannot be transferred. The rules are very specific about that.
That is gonna kill Fred.
That would be a neat trick, as I cannot understand how you could be even more dead.
Oh, you know what I mean.
Do you know the name of the cemetery and the soul in question?
It's Morningside, about 2 hours away from us, and her name is Peggy Ann Snow.
Well, let me see. I think that I may have a solution to this little quandary.
Dorothy smiles as she listens to the solution that Control has come up with. But as he continues, she begins to worry. I'll be back shortly with Act 3. Have you ever had one of those days?
You're fired.
Where everything goes completely wrong.
Don't you lay a finger on me! I can't stand it! You.
And the day keeps getting worse and worse.
Hey! Hey!
And if just one more thing goes wrong, it could possibly send you toppling over the edge. Toppling over the edge. A suspense thriller from Winslow Swan, now available in paperback from Amazon.com. Sometimes you should take a step back. And then there are those times when even you could go toppling over the edge. Hang on to your sanity. Dorothy Peters has just received information from Control about our lovelorn ghost, Fred. She is now in the living room talking with her husband Stan and Fred.
I can see the look on his face even now.
It's not funny, Stan.
But do you think they will do it?
I don't know, Stan. What do you think?
Now, wait a minute. if you think that I'm going to be the one to ask my boss, Jack Carson, to house a ghost, you're out of your mind.
Don't you think that they would?
Well, what did Control tell you, Dorothy?
It seems that Morningside has been bought by some realty company. They're having to move all of the graves to a new location.
And where will that be?
2 streets down from the Carsons?
Well, at least she will be closer.
But that's not the best part. Since they're moving the entire graveyard, she will be pulled from the sanctified ground and for a brief period can be considered a roving spirit.
Which means that she is eligible to be transferred. Oh, Stan, please.
No, I'm not going to ask.
Stanley Peters, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Me?
You have a chance to help out our wonderful ghost who has been so great and ran off burglars and
Destroyed the kitchen, got Millie drunk, and wild parties.
that's beside the point.
I'll ask them, but you are going to be there too. So you see, Mr. Carson, we were wondering if perhaps you and Millie would consider taking Peggy and Snow.
Oh, it is so nice to see 2 people in love.
Millie, they are ghosts.
Which makes it even more wonderful.
We don't even know this Peggy.
Oh, well, she is the most wonderful, gentle, free spirit.
Your opinion doesn't count, Fred. Look, I get the fact that you're in love, but you are a little biased.
Jack, we heard her. I did some research on her and she died when she was only 20 years old. Rather tragic. She never married or even had a boyfriend. Fred really is her first love.
That is the most beautiful thing I have ever heard.
Millie, you're not thinking.
And Fred can come over any time to see her.
Or she could come over to our place.
Jack, do you get the feeling that we are being overruled?
Stan, as soon as we said I do, our vote never counted again.
So, will you take her in?
It will be an honor.
Fred, she's not like a banshee or vampire or anything like that.
Oh, no, Jack, nothing like that. Just your ordinary run-of-the-mill ghost. Like me.
Fred, there is no one like you.
You will be happy to know that Peggy Ann Snow did transfer to the Carsons, and her and Fred see each other as often as possible. I'll be back shortly with a final word. The only witness to her murder cannot speak. Until now. Click A Tale of Revenge by Winslow Swan. Now available on Amazon. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
If you'd like to support us, visit our merchandise store. T-shirts, caps, mugs, and so much more. Visit doorwaytonightmare.com today.
I believe that I can sum up our little play with a quote from J.R.R. Tolkien. I would rather spend one lifetime with you than face all the ages of this world alone. Our cast included William Stafford, Crimson McKenzie, Dave Arkipov, Annie Mick, Mark Wheeler, and Winslow Swan. The play was written and edited by Crimson McKenzie and Winslow Swan, and directed by Winslow Swan. This is your host, Artemis Black, inviting you to return with us through the Doorway to Nightmare for another adventure into the world of your terrifying imagination. Until next time, slumber peacefully. Epilogue. The butler did it. Meet Jerry Connors, family man, businessman, psychopathic killer. The Convincer by Winslow Swan, now available on Amazon. Jerry Connors, he can convince you to do anything, even die.
Have you heard any good books lately? Audiobooks from Winslow Swan, now available on Spotify.
Hey guys, this is Crimson.
And this is Swan. And we'd love to know what you think of the stories.
Even if it's bad.
So leave us a comment.
Or give us a thumbs up.
Thank you.